Hey everybody, Dr. Ryan Molly here, and welcome to Hey Sawbones, My Story, My Passion. And tonight, this is going to be a really fun episode. This is the first time that I've met this guest, but I feel like I've known him because I've seen him around and seen him on TV. And one of my good buddies introduced us and said, "Hey, I think that this would be a great guest for your podcast," and couldn't agree more. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Joe Askins.
I appreciate it, Doctor. Thank you for having me.
You've done so much in this community. You're from this community. I was reading your bio that you sent to me yesterday. Very, very impressive. I love the local success stories, especially when it's kind of those build it from scratch, grind it out. And
Right.
It's been quite inspiring just reading that. So I'm actually looking forward to just digging deep and learning more about you personally.
No, it's easy to do when you're doing something you really love. And I guess the other question that I was thinking of, thinking of my mother-in-law who's in her mid-80s and my father who's 80. Let's take my mother-in-law, just all kinds of arthritis. Is there anything somebody could do to prevent arthritis?
I get asked that question a lot.
That it's like from cold or, different, maybe somebody who had a job on concrete, or does that attribute to more apt to?
Yeah, it's definitely multifactorial, but I will tell you the one thing that we've kind of found out over generations of treating people with arthritis and doing joint replacements is it's really a genetic component, right? So
Okay. I guess outside of your wife and children, what would you say is one of your biggest accomplishments that you're the most proud of?
Oh, I was going to say my boys for sure. I read a lot of inspirational books. One great book that I just got done reading was Shoe Dog. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I haven't.
So it's written by Phil Knight, who is the
Okay.
creator of Nike. And you would have thought, Nike's always been huge, but it wasn't.
Right.
And his struggles, through bankruptcy and bouncing checks
Sure.
and being short on payroll and having to get money from here and there to finally forming this multi-billion-dollar empire, right?
Yeah.
It was a very, very inspiring book. Everybody knows you as Superstore Joe,
Yes.
right? And I'm hearing this mother's, salvage yard. So where did you get this marketing sense? Because did you come up with, I want to see in a Kia? Who was that?
That would have been me.
That was you?
Yeah.
And you started with, you mentioned following your dad around and following the salespeople around, but who was your one person that, if there is one, that individual that most inspired you to be the man that you are and the businessman that you are today? Were you
And I
ever
met a lot
scared of
great
risk?
People. Not. I wouldn't say afraid of risk, but I always felt like I calculated the risk.
Yeah.
So I knew if
You weren't impulsive and would just be like, I'm just going to do this.
No, I knew that if I wasn't correct on the risk, things would it might not grow to what I believe it can, but I would still be okay. It wasn't
Nothing, the world's not going to crumble.
correct. I think everyone should follow that dream and be so fortunate as you and I and have a job that doesn't feel like you're leaving to go to work.
Yeah.
How do you want to say it is, everybody wants to stay warm by the fire, but not everyone wants to chop the wood.
Love that. I've never heard that.
If you can be that guy to go chop the wood, you're going to probably be okay.
Yeah.